Hello, my love. Welcome back for another video. Today, I'm going to be talking to that person, that creator, that artist, that person in their career who's just like stuck. Like they don't have any creative juices coming in. You don't feel inspired. You're just like, how and why and where, just trying to figure it all out. Today, I'm going to give you 5 or 6 points on how to get re-inspired to be able to get creative again, because this is what worked for me and I hope that it will also work for you. So let's dive right in. First, act your way into creativity. This is kind of like that idea of when people say fake it until you make it or faith it until you make it. But the twist is create until you are creative. It's like you're acting your way into the creativity. It's triggering your mind into seeing and believing that you are creative still, that there is still opportunities, there's still ideas that you haven't even pulled out of wherever, because they can come from so many different places. And I would not, I put this first because I would not discount this, because it's just like how if you're speaking things into existence, you're saying things and you're saying you want to be this person who's creative, who, is inspired, who is doing things and being things. This is like the perfect way. It's speaking it. It's instead of speaking it, it is acting your way into that person. And in that process, what can happen, and I'm not going to say it happens for every person because I am not every person, but what happened for me is that I started to find creative things, creative outlets, ideas, different things. Like if you're a writer, for example, this is like when they talk about write every day, even if you don't know what you want to write about, just start writing, whether it's paper and pen, whether it's typing it, whether it's saying it into your phone on some kind of voice recorder, but just do it, because the act of doing it consistently every single day, you will create something. And maybe, or most likely, you'll create a lot of things. You are the main character in your life. Play her, be her, create her. You will be inspired. Second, be bored. So I know that sounds crazy, but the best ideas come when you quiet your mind, when you're just not thinking, you're not going. And I had looked for this quote that I heard from Stephen King years ago when I was just looking at like writer's block and just different things like that. And he was talking about writer's block, and I want to read that quote to you because I found it. It's not the complete quote that I was looking for, but it still gets the point across. He says, boredom can be a very good thing for someone in a creative jam. And when I first read that, I was like, what? Because being bored doesn't really seem like the thing, right? But like I said, allowing your mind to quiet down and just let thoughts flow can help your creative juices start going. It could help you get inspired. It could help you just think of and recall things that maybe you hadn't really considered before. And you could put together a beautiful story. Or in his case, he wrote a novel, and I can't remember which novel it was, but he wrote a book after that, another bestseller. I think that one was even made a movie, if I'm not mistaken. Another part of the quote says, and at one moment I had none of this, and at the next I had all of it. One moment, none of it. The next moment, a novel's written, a film is created, an idea is cast, and a business is formed, a nonprofit is imagined. And so just take moments to be bored, to be by yourself. One thing you could do is you could schedule time to be bored. If you're like a person who's always on the go, checking your phone, doing things and hustle, put in your schedule anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes of just being bored. You can go for a drive. You could sit on your bed, look at the ceiling. You could go look at the clouds. You could go stargaze and just, like, I like to go float and look at the clouds or the stars. If you have a pool or access to a pool where you could do that, then do that. I'm telling you, like, so many ideas come, and I might be the only one where this happens, but it happens to me so often. It's like in the shower when I'm just thinking by myself, ideas just start to flow. When we are quiet, we're actually able to hear ourselves thinking. I would challenge you in all the areas that I'm mentioning in the next couple points to bring a notebook with you, or to have a voice recorder or your phone recorder, so that when the ideas come, you could quickly write them down, jot them down, or put them, like I said, on the voice recorder. I like to use Trello, the Trello app, when I'm not using paper and pen. It helps me organize any ideas I have. So I always feel like I have a bunch of ideas, even if I don't use all those ideas, but I have hundreds of ideas that, like, if this plan doesn't work, I have another one, you know what I mean? So maybe find a database or a note where you just constantly put ideas down on there until you find that idea, and keep going. Like, don't not go after your goals. Like I'm saying, go after your goals, fail forward. Like if one doesn't work, then I guess on to the next. Or if you're a person who's like, there is no plan B, there's only plan A, go for it either way. Number 3 is get outside and move your body and do it alone. I feel like number 2 and number 3, that they go together. Like being bored, and then also doing things alone. You don't have to do this all the time, but this helps you again to get the creative juices flowing. So, go on a hike alone, walk alone, ride your bike alone, do a run alone, swim alone. It's being able to be alone with your thoughts, like no podcast, no music, just listen to outdoors. And it helps you to ground, to like go walk on the sand on a beach if you have access to that, or go to a river or a lake and just be, I don't want to say it like this, but like be one with the earth. Like just really feel into the earth and the energy. Like God made all of this stuff around us, like all of this. It's amazing. And I just can't believe that if you would go out there and look at that stuff and experience it and get some sunlight, that you wouldn't feel inspired. Like seeing ants crawl on the ground, or how cool it is to see birds who are, creating their nest, or hummingbirds doing that, or just different various things, and paying attention and being present, and ideas will form. Maybe you'll think of a movie, a book, anything. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying that it's a beautiful thing. And I think the more you can do it, and especially incorporating the movement with it, it's so incredible. Like me, when I'm doing laps in the pool, that's when some of my best ideas come. That's like, I've said that in other videos. Like when I'm doing laps, I can't hear anything really. It's just water, and you can hear my hands like when they're touching the water when they're going in and out. But it's like, that's all I hear. It's almost like a form of meditation. And in that moment, I always get ideas. And so I have to like quickly go out the pool and then write it down. Some days I forget to bring my notebook, and then I forget the idea. So that's why I said, bring a notebook, bring your phone where you go, so that you can jot those ideas down when they come. Because if you're like me, you may not remember them once they come. They might just come and go. So just be aware, be present, and keep your ears open and your heart open to be inspired. Like that is the goal, to go outside and be inspired, to ground, to feel, to love. 4, change up your environment. This looks like going on a staycay in your town or your city. This is going on a solo travel date. This is taking yourself on a date. This is going to a museum, going to a co-working spot or a cafe, a new one, like not working in the same place that you normally work. It's getting outside of your comfort zone and going and doing things that you don't normally do. This helps to inspire a lot of people, actually. And if you don't have the funds at this moment, or you don't have the time at this moment to go far away, that's why I'm recommending doing something as simple as just going to a cafe, bringing your computer there, bring your notebook, bring your sketchbook, bring your storyboard, whatever it is, and do that. Like, I feel like this has been one of the game changers for me. Like a lot of times when I'm working, I want to work remote. I want to be able to go wherever I want to work. If I want to work on a cruise ship, I want to be able to work on wherever, like anywhere, any cafe, any city, any town, in space, like wherever. And this, like I said, this might be the game change for you. Maybe just going outside is enough, but maybe it's going outside of your town, your house, your family environment, where there's certain thoughts and beliefs that are constantly being put on you or placed around you. And so now you could actually quiet your mind and experience different cultures, different ethnicities, different life. Like if you're not the girl who's normally, bougie, and I don't know, you do a certain thing, you're very frugal, go spend money. Like put a budget together. Like I'm going to go do a staycay and I'm going to spend this money and I'm going to relax. I'm going to go to a spa, do something different that's out of your comfort zone. And I'm telling you, creative thoughts, creative ideas will flow to you. And again, I know I'm not the only one that this happens to. Like I can't be. It's not like there's 4 billion people in the world. Like there has to be more than one person who experiences life this way. And I'm telling you that 1 or 2 of you, if you try this, you may just have a whole flow of creative ideas. You might just write a book, a novel. You might create the next film. You might find the cure for something. I don't know what that thing is, but I know that you are capable of doing it. And sometimes it requires that you change your environment. And again, it could be a big change or a huge change, like moving somewhere. So sometimes the environment just needs to change in order for you to find that creative flow. Number 5, play. I'm not going to go on a whole list of playing. Playing, enjoy, dance, spend time with your kids, do puzzles. Just have fun. Play. Feel more into your body. Stop thinking so much with your mind. Creativity comes from your body. It's usually not just from your mind. Like people think it's just like, I have to think. But it's like, enjoy life. Simmer in it. Just shake it off. Move. Flow. I can't dance, but now I dance. Like I just dance for fun because I just love the way dancing feels. It's freeing. Just play more and more ideas will flow to you. 6, I kind of lumped a whole bunch of things together, I kind of feel like, but I would say like observe the people and things around you. So this looks like when you're out on a family event, pay attention to what's going on, or like going to a park and observing people, or say you listen to a new podcast from a creator or creators or authors or people in your field that align with who you are. On the flip side, you could also do the opposite and start listening to podcasts who have nothing to do with the industry you're in or the niche or the calling that you have, because you could find inspiration outside of that comfort zone, outside of your business idea, outside of your normal environment, right? It makes you kind of uncomfortable. I found a lot of good nuggets from reading books that I didn't used to read. Like, I just tried a different type of book and I still got something from it. You know, it wasn't like my favorite book ever, but I got a quote, a thought, or maybe even I learned something like, oh, I don't want to do this like that, or I wouldn't do this. And you learn a lesson. So just look for inspiration in your day-to-day life, whether it's something that it aligns with you, you agree with, or something that you don't. And that could also be a creative idea. It could be that you start like a thread or thread or a YouTube conversation or a Instagram conversation about something that, oh, do you guys agree with this? Or do you not agree with this? Like, something can spark something simple, a word can trigger you or inspire you to think of something that could start a conversation, a movement. Like, it's that simple. And I know it sounds so easy, but it is. Like, you have to believe it's easy. You have to believe that you have so many ideas that nobody could stop you. Like I said, me literally creating that on Trello, this list of ideas, I know I have a plethora of ideas. I know I have excess of ideas. I know I have overflow of ideas, and they may not be the best ideas, but I'm still going to use them, create them, write about them, because it may help one person. And I'm just saying this to you so you understand that you have to believe it. Like, believe that it's available. Believe that you have these ideas. Believe that you are creative. Believe that you are destined to do the thing that you want to do 100%. And I'm telling you, the ideas will flow. The inspiration will come. Okay? And that is the video. That is all I have for you today. I will see you in the next one. With all my love, Lana.